We're living longer and longer, and also we're getting healthier and healthier. So we're living longer and healthier. Also, people are retiring. Some people are even retiring sooner. Add those two up and you get people that have a long retirement. Our years in retirement is getting longer every year. Sometimes up to 30 or more years in retirement. So if you're retiring or planning to retire, you have a couple of options. You can sit around after you retire and wait for the end, which sounds pretty boring to me, or you can get involved, either volunteering or doing a side hustle or getting a part-time job. And today we're going to talk about 5 easy side hustles or part-time jobs that you can do on your own time, on your own hours, that is not full employment, but it's earning money on the side. And there are a few benefits for this. One, you can earn extra income in retirement that can supplement what you have, just have some extra spending money. Or two, reduce your dependency on your investments, on your portfolio or Social Security. And number 2, tax deductions. A benefit of having extra work is you can deduct the money that you spend on having a home office, for example. And 3, you stay engaged. You keep your skills fresh, your mind sharp, and your interests alive. And studies have shown that that actually contributes to a healthier retirement. You may live longer just because you're more engaged, and it can stave off things like dementia and Alzheimer's because you keep your mind engaged solving problems. So in this video, we're going to talk about 5 easy retirement side hustles that require little to no experience. Of course, it's better if you have experience, and I recorded a video that you can see in the link below where I talked about jobs you can do, ideas if you've got experience. But if you've got little to no experience, or you don't want to really do what you did before, then consider some of these extra jobs that aren't necessarily full-time jobs, but they're things you can do pretty quickly and easily to earn some money on the side. So number 1 is take online surveys and do online tasks. There are websites like Survey Junkie, Swagbucks, and Amazon Mechanical Turk that allow retirees or anybody to earn extra money just by going on there and taking some surveys and completing some tasks, doing some data entry, participate in user testing. Actually, a site called usertesting.com where you can go and just test out people's websites, and they pay you for that. Pretty cool site. And these require no specialized skills. So how much can you make from these kind of online surveys and user testing sites? They're generally pretty low. You can make between 25 cents and $5 per survey. With the longer surveys or longer tasks, paying high in the higher end of that range. And Survey Junkie says that you can earn up to $45 per survey, but that's likely one of their higher paying surveys. Swagbucks says you can make 40 cents to $2, so it depends on how fast you're going through these surveys. So it can be pretty low if you're slower, or it can be $30,000 to $40,000 a year if you want to put in the time to do a lot of surveys or do a lot of user testing. And if you consider it just extra money, then that might not be a big deal. If you want to spend an hour or 2 a day doing these tasks online on any of these websites, then it might be a way to just bring in a little bit extra money on your own time, on your own schedule. But it's not, taking surveys isn't a way you're going to make a ton of money. You're not going to do it full time, but you might want to just do it here and there. And some people have known to be making $50 or more per hour, but that's pretty rare. So expect less. And the great thing about this is you can just go on, register for one of these sites, do a few of them, see how you like it, see how much it pays, how long it takes you, and you're not signing up for any kind of big commitment. Idea number 2, if you've got an extra room in your house, if you've got the house that supports it, then retirees can earn passive income by renting an extra room in their house. You can also rent out your garage or basement for storage if you don't want to deal with people in your house, or even a parking spot. There's actually a site where you can rent out your pool for events. So you can rent out a lot of different things. If you've got an RV, if you've got other kind of toys, you can rent those out. You can go to sites like Airbnb, VRBO, or neighbor.com. And so that leverages existing assets that you already have. And of course, the amount of money you make depends on a couple of factors. It depends on how often you do it, what kind of equipment you have, if you're renting out equipment like an RV, where your house is located, how much storage you have in your basement, how much you charge. There's a lot of different factors, but it's pretty low maintenance and also flexible. If you want to stop stop renting out the room in your house, you can stop renting it out. You can rent it out when you're away on vacation, or if you have a summer home, you can rent it out while you're gone. So it's pretty flexible. Number 3 is selling handmade crafts or products on sites like Etsy or Amazon. Again, this requires little to no experience, and if you're really into that kind of thing, if you're into making crafts and you like making things with your hands or inventing things. Some people just do it as a hobby because they like it. They like making things and they like coming up with new ideas, and you can turn that hobby into an income stream by making more of them and selling them on sites. So sites like Etsy are places where you can sell woodworking, you can sell sewing products, knitting, making jewelry. Anything with your hands is a good place to sell that. And how much you make, of course, depends on what you produce, how much you charge, how well you promote it. There are a lot of different factors to that. But if you don't need the income, or you just want an extra side hustle, that can be a good way to turn your hobby into an income stream. Number 4 is pet sitting or dog walking. A lot of people love animals, and if you've got animals and you're already walking them, it is a natural fit for you to take the neighbor's dogs and take them for a walk, or sit the dogs at their house, or board them at your house. You can use apps like rover.com, and this doesn't really require any training. It doesn't require any equipment. Might require some pet food and some other things if you're boarding in your house. But dog walking is a way to easily make some money by doing something that you might like. If you like walking and you like dogs, then dog walking might be a good fit for you. And you can actually make quite a bit of money. There have been stories in the news recently about people that have started dog walking, and they get more and more dogs, and then they turn it into a business and they hire more dog walkers, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with these dog walking businesses. So you could really turn it into whatever you want. You can keep it simple, just walk some neighbors' dogs and earn a few bucks here and there, or grow it and keep going and turn it into a whole thing. Full-time professional pet sitters and dog walkers typically earn about $30,000 to $40,000 a year after expenses. So on average, that's about what you would make if you wanted to turn this into a business. But if you wanted to do it part-time, 20 to 30 hours a week, you can still make $20,000 to $25,000 annually. And as I've talked about in previous videos, if you're bringing in just $20,000 to $25,000 a year, and your retirement is bringing you in, say, $40,000, then that will mean that you only need to draw out about half of what you might expect from your retirement funds, and it makes those funds last a lot longer. Then, of course, if you want to do more and take on more dogs and hire people, you can make over $100,000 dog walking and dog sitting. So some factors to consider is, of course, your rates, how many clients you have, your operating expenses, and whether you want to just do it by yourself or hire employees and try to grow it. Some of the benefits, if you turn that into a business, is you can deduct expenses. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, is you can deduct expenses like mileage if you're driving. You can deduct supplies, marketing, insurance, a home office, if you have an office, or the area where you're housing the dogs or sitting the dogs. So it can be a very lucrative side hustle for you. So if you've liked these ideas so far, then please give this video a like and subscribe to the video, because I've got more coming just like this, ideas on how to make money on the side, whether you're retired or not, on how to produce an extra income and extra revenue streams. And the last one, number 5, is get a retail job or a customer service job. This is different than a side hustle, of course, because you don't have to do the marketing, you don't have to start a business, you don't have to produce anything. You just go and apply for a job, a part-time retail job at a store or a restaurant or remote customer service. Like some airlines like JetBlue offer that, where you can do it at home, and it's a pretty flexible schedule with a lot of good travel benefits, and you can do it part-time. And of course, the earnings vary depending on your experience level and whether you have been in management before or you're just starting out. So a lot of retailers offer this, like Amazon, Costco, Walmart, Home Depot. They tend to pay higher wages than some of the other small mom and pops, especially if you've got some experience in that industry or if you've worked at a retailer before. And if you don't, they'll pay close to minimum wage. Although they've been raising it. Amazon has been raising their wages. I think they're now about $15 an hour for a lot of their positions. So the last one we're going to talk about is delivery driving. You see these all over. They come past my house multiple times a day. You can drive for DoorDash, for Uber Eats, or Amazon Flex. Those are some of the easiest ones that allow retirees to earn money by making deliveries on their own schedule and just using their personal vehicle. So DoorDash is one of the highest paying delivery apps. And this is different than actually driving for like FedEx or for Amazon delivery. These are just, they just hire you to supplement, to deliver the little packages. And DoorDash is of course delivering food. So it's one of the highest paying, and you can earn around $23 an hour on average. So that's about $43,000 annually, and that's for full-time. And how much you make depends on your shift and whether you're part-time or full-time, and how far you're driving and what time of the day you're driving. And you keep 100% of the tips that you make, which can boost your earnings quite a bit, especially if you're efficient and nice. So then second is Uber Eats. They pay about $20 an hour, and depending on how many deliveries you do and the distance you travel, and there's no guaranteed minimum hourly pay though, so it depends on how well you do. But the flexibility you have, you can turn it off, just like Uber. You can turn off whether you're going to drive for Uber or Lyft, and just drive during peak hours or drive when you want to. And I've taken a lot of Ubers and talked to people, and a lot of them just people do it on the side. They just have some extra time and they want to pick up some money one night and they don't have anything else to do. Instead of sitting around watching TV, they'll go and pick up a few rides and make some money. So Amazon Flex, this is one of the delivery services that Amazon offers, and they pay from $18 to $25 an hour, depending on the type of driving you're doing, what delivery you're doing, whether it's like Prime or fresh. And if you're an experienced driver, then you can earn up to $25 an hour. So some things to consider if you're going to be a delivery driver, whether it's packages or food or whatever it is where you live and how big of a demand there is in the market. And most markets have pretty good demand. How efficient you can be, not how fast you can drive, but how efficient you can be by delivering the packages and selecting your route and whatnot. And whether you work during promotional periods or peak periods or surge, as Uber calls it, drive during rush hour and high demand periods can earn more money. And then how you use multiple apps to be efficient. So a lot of people, they'll drive for different apps, and then when one time is slow, they'll turn that off and they'll turn on another app, and you can juggle those around and pick up some extra money on the side. So those are 6 ideas on how to make some extra money in retirement, whether you're retired or not. If you just want to make some extra money to add to your portfolio or add to retirement, then consider any of those 6 that don't require a lot of experience. So if this was interesting for you, then again, give it a like, and you might like this interesting video about retiring on $500,000. Most people are underfunded in retirement, and in this video I explore how you can retire, or whether you can retire on only $500,000. Thanks, see you next time.